Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
Do you have a desire that is particularly active right now?
Yes.
Something that matters? Does it feel good to you?
Yes.
You've been here before. Well, that's an important thing, because when your desire feels good to you, and usually it's a newly hatched one if it's still feeling good, if it's one that you've been dragging around with you for a while, you don't like it as much as you pretend, because you're so beautiful in your physicalness. You want manifestations. You want your desires to be seeable and hearable and smellable and tasteable and touchable. And until they manifest, so that not only can you experience them through your physical senses, you want others to be able to do that too. That's how you validate yourself in so many cases. I have accomplished this, see it? And so that's what trips you up a good deal of the time, is that you want your manifestations, and we want them for you too. You are leading edge creators. You are in an environment where your thoughts do turn to things. And so we are not in any way wanting to talk you out of manifesting dollars and relationships and the beautiful things that you want to experience. We just want you to understand that if the manifestation is what's most important to you, and it hasn't happened yet, but it's most important to you, but it hasn't happened yet, but it's most important to you, then you are, if you're like most people, focused upon something that hasn't happened that's really important to you. So you're focused upon the absence of what you want. You're calibrating to it not being there. You don't mean to, but you can't help but notice it's not there. It's not there yet, or it was there and it got away. Or it's never been there, so you don't think it's coming. As we are playing together today, we want you to come to the realization that there are many desires that you could hold, that you could accomplish in this moment, and they are emotional desires. They are desires about feeling interest or feeling enthusiastic or feeling love or appreciation. These are desires about emotional states of being that you can accomplish now. You don't have to live in the absence of them. And if you will begin to look for things that produce within you the response of a positive, good feeling emotion, then you will be calibrating, you will be focused, calibrating a vibrational match to who you really are and what you really want. And therefore, in that state, you will be open to letting in what you do want in all regards. You cannot want something that you don't have and be taking score all day, every day about whether you have it or not, without calibrating against your own desire and best interest. Does that make sense to you? Because this is a universe that is based on attraction only. It's attraction only. No one's doing anything to you. No one's preventing anything from you. It's attraction, which you are letting in or not. So if you've got stuff happening that you don't want, you're attracting it. If you've got stuff you do want, you're attracting it. If you've got things that you want that you're not letting in, you are attracting the absence of those things. You are attracting by your attention to the absence. And so the word calibrate is our new favorite word that Esther has found to explain to you. She was talking to a friend who really gave her the word, speaking in terms of calibrating a guitar, calibrating the harmonics of an instrument to other instruments. If you're playing in an orchestra, no matter how big or small it is, and you're not in tune with the others that you're playing with, then it is discordant. And so the word calibrate is just the best word. But what is it that you are wanting to calibrate to? Well, we're going to take a very brief moment, because we know that you've been listening to us for a while, in most cases, and you have a strong sense of this, but we're going to lay this basis really quickly. You are more than you see in these bodies. You are source energy, and in this body you are an extension of that source energy. If you were all day long deliberately calibrating to that source that is at the basis of you, not just the basis of you, but to the furthermost extended part of you, then you would be calibrating to the wholeness of you, and you would therefore be in concert with all of your power and all of your expectation of good things for you, and you would be thriving in every aspect of your life experience. That source energy part of you from which you have come exists in non-physical, in that you can't see it, but is consciousness that is always aware of you. And that's what we meant when we said not just the source of where you came from, but infinitely tied to where you are now, in the sense that whenever you know what you don't want, you launch an equivalent vibrational wave, you might say, about what you do want. And your inner being, that source within you, calibrates to these new requests and new decisions all day, every day. So you are literally causing that non-physical part of you to expand. To be really fair, you're causing yourself to expand. But because you're so often in your human form pinched off from that part of you, we call that your inner being in relationship to you, even though you were the same thing and technically are the same thing, except when you're not the same thing. You are the same thing as your inner being unless you're not. You might want to write that down. And when you're not the same thing as your inner being, negative emotion is present as the indicator that you're not letting yourself be calibrated to who you really are. When you're angry with someone, you're not who you are. You've pinched yourself off. Esther says to us, well, Abraham, clearly you need more information about that person.